Hey, it's 7 grains of salt. Have you noticed these numbers? 33, 77? Well, I have, and so have many others. So I just thought I'd bring you a little bit of information. See, you see them in Toronto, 77.9, 77, 7.7. It's gone up in Finland, and also the 33. It's everywhere. But those are just a few examples. I saw them in breaking Israel news as well. 77 million to Ramallah for the cornholio relief. Well, let's take a look at what Judaism thinks of this and these numbers. Well, we come into Judaism and numbers. Of course, I'll add all the links. They go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is 7. Is one of the greatest power numbers in Judaism, representing creation, good fortune, and blessing. A Hebrew word for luck, gad, equals 7 in gematria. Another Hebrew word for luck, mazal, and that equals 77. You can read the rest of this, but I'm just going to point out that events, prayers, and esoteric observances that involve multiples of 7 are also common. Well, we also know and see this to be true when Rabbi Schneerson has this, 7 for 77. And we also have the 7 Noahide laws. And in brief, 77 is basically the 70 nations plus the 7 Noahide laws. If you don't know about the laws, 7 laws, I have a video on that, so please look at that on another time. The fight is not Republican versus Democrat or immigrants versus locals or yada yada yada. There's so many different ways that you can look at this. No, this is a bigger picture than all of this. This is a spiritual battle that we are in right now. So why is 7 and 77? 7 is one of the greatest power numbers, as we read. 7 is also preferred number in spells and magic, as you see there. And also 77 equals mazal, a medium that conveys spiritual influence. Well, the number 77 is also, look at that, the influence of the solar system. More specifically planets, and in case we are talking about Saturn. Of course Saturn. And of course Nicholas 1968 has a clip on that. If you're interested, I would recommend watching that. We're even told in the Bible that when Peter, then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? And Jesus saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. So even there we've heard 70 times 7. Well, we know that this incident, 2 buildings and governmental building, were not an accident, but we're not going to go into that. The media tried to portray it as one thing, but my point was, look at all the 77s. And even here, you see 77. Well, G obviously equals 7, and this also means crown and the highest chakra. 7 is chemistry. Yep, G sometimes used in Freemason, which we see everywhere, is the G. G is generally believed to stand for Gnosis. 7, as we said, was chakra, and look at Aleister Crowley has on his book cover is 777. Do what thou wilt is their motto, right? Well, it also means order out of chaos. Well, it's a lot to take in. 777, order out of chaos. Skull and bones, but that leads us to the Freemason. Their highest number is 33. Many people know this. This is nothing new. So we're just going to look at this briefly. Highest degree in Freemasonry, and they will try to climb up another way, as it says in the Bible. Well, as we know, they cannot. They'll try, but they cannot. Even the UN, United Nations, has 33 spots there. We know, as many have tried to portray this to others, how many in Hollywood are Freemasons. They show it on hats, or on rings, on jet skis, wherever. They are Freemason. So why am I bringing these numbers up? Well, because 77 is often used in false flags and hoaxes and psyops, terror attacks, other things such as these. And the 33 is shown as the highest degree, so that's the other reason why they use that number. Let's watch a short clip.
You take 100, you get 1,000, you get 10,000. It's exponential growth. Then it grows 33% per day.
Then it grows 33% per day.
I'm sure you got the idea. And now here's a short clip of 77. In the Nicholas 1968, I was able to speed it up. This was done by a YouTuber friend who is showing the 77. As you can see, same exact things happening, just with the number 77. And it's in papers just everywhere. So I'm sure you've got the idea. These two numbers are used and are being used all over. There's many YouTubers who have done also videos such as these, such as Young Rasta of Yahweh 777. He's also showing the exact same thing. I'll add the link below, but it's just like Nicholas 1968. So let's move on. Israel News Live. Let's watch this.
I wanted to tell you that there is this kind of like a convention that Jonathan Kahn and his group there announced, and they named it the Return. And a lot of pastors are saying there will be revival. And when they talk about return, who is returning? Okay, I talked to the author, Leanne Loper, today, and she told me that she's going to come and do a show within a few days. She's finishing some blog on this and research on this, but she's told me that this is the Kabbalah, okay? And they are going to celebrate the return of these AI. That this is not about Jesus, people. Even though they say the name Jesus, it's not about Jesus. Because we are not promised revival right now. We are promised deception. And even, you know, if Jesus didn't make that short, even the elect would be deceived.
That's right.
Okay, and this deception. Much. So, yes, I would love to tell you everything will be okay. But even with this reopening, what you're hearing from Trump, and supposedly he speaks in codes, I wouldn't trust it because there are conditions to reopening. And we should strongly think about these conditions as Christians. Okay, because it's leading to the mark of the beast. And at what point are you going to say no? And how are you going to live? I know that there is difficult answers to this. Difficult choices. Many of us have kids, children.
And both our sources are saying, that.
But all the sources combined now are agreeing independently of each other. And I'm afraid that a lot of Christians will be deceived. And are we ready for this? What stand are we going to take? Are we ready to lose our lives? Do we really truly believe in promises Jesus Christ gave us? That he has a kingdom ready place for us ready? That this is not our home? This is not where his kingdom is? He's going to come to destroy this beast. And everybody who became part of that beast will be destroyed. So it's very difficult times are coming upon us, and we really need to be together. And I know that only remnant is going to recognize this.
Have opened up, as it were, the Pandora box, as one of my sources called it. And they've allowed all these demons to come into this earth, and they're allowing them to come once again. When Jesus Christ had bound Satan, bound the devil, and now the lid is being pulled off of hell. Why? Because a lot of these evangelical ministers have yielded power back over unto the beast.
Yes, they have. They've given it back to the beast. Rick Warren, Lou Engle, Mike Bickle, and all the others that are connected to them. Watch my Send video or the Awaken videos, and you'll see exactly who are all there. Just disgusting. I can't believe that. I don't think they were ever of us. That's my thoughts. Or then they have been so blinded. But anyway, I think they also think that these elites think they're under control. Well, they are wrong. Our God has everything under his control at all times, and his time is perfect. So I am warning all of you who do not know Christ right now to beware. Accept Jesus into your heart now, because time is truly, truly short. Search, seek, and you will find, and he will give rest to your soul. So don't live in fear. Just know that God is going to be with us, and he's going to protect us. All right, God bless. I just had to bring this to you because I have so much more coming. God bless. Enjoy the day.